Well, gentlemen, we're back. It's times 3, and we've repaired to the outside of Marco's Italian Restaurant because it's too darn loud in there.
It's one of those days, but it's a California day. Isn't it a beautiful day?
This is our typical California day.
And the leaf blower keeps...
And if Mr. Leaf Blower doesn't come back, we'll have a nice program.
Well, you know, you gotta have leaves.
I woke up this morning, 8 o'clock. A guy stole the car from Van Nuys, and they chased him for an hour. There were 4 cop cars outside. He ran into my car, 8 o'clock this morning.
You're kidding? He ran into your car?
I mean, that was it?
Stole a brand new Infiniti, and they caught the guy. And I wake up, and there they are. He hit my car. Thank God it didn't do much damage.
So they're going to give you the Infiniti.
He couldn't have hit you very hard then.
No, I just hit the, over, but there he was. They captured the guy. So the cop says they have to. He said I reported it, and then he said the guy has to go to trial. And I said, what happens if you don't have any money? How can he pay? And he said, you'll get your money. Don't worry. Who knows?
You have it.
I just have liability on my car.
You have liability.
Well, did the cop hold him down, allow you to kick him a few times for hitting your car?
The paramedic, the fireman came and took the guy. They put him in one of those, gurneys.
Yeah.
Handcuffed him here.
Was he under the influence of anything, or an accident?
He stole the car from a lot.
Stolen car can't be considered an accident.
Yeah. It's amazing. These guys that do the car chase thing, they always get caught. I mean, what is it?
They just enjoy that whole thrill.
They haven't figured it out. You will be caught in a matter of minutes.
And what about the helicopter? I had this idea, the helicopter chase, and I said, why don't you have a magnet? So you reach out and pull and pick the guy up.
Well, the funny thing on the island of Guadalupe, it's a small island, and they got some narrow streets. And if you park there, it's devastating to business. So they have a truck that drives around. It's a pickup truck. And if you're parked there, they pull up alongside, and the thing comes out, that car goes into, because they all have little cars on the island, and they pick up the car, and they put it in the pickup truck, and they just carry it away. And they do it all day long. It's hysterical. It's amazing.
Well, in Manhattan now, going on for a couple of years, they boot your car.
They boot it.
The Denver boot, they call it.
Yeah, the big yellow thing.
So then you have to pay to have the boot removed, and they have
You can't move the car because it's got a boot on it.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get that thing off with pliers and a screwdriver too.
Do they still have the guys who stand there in the parking lot, wait till the guy goes around the block to pull in there?
Oh yeah, that's the trick.
Oh, you know what I read about today?
Space holder.
I read about something, I don't know if you heard about it, but it's so indicative of where we're going. There's one company, one internet company, cell phone company, has to put up a cell phone pole, and people are complaining about they're ugly and they're in the way.
Yeah, the tower, yeah.
So in this one place, they've hired the homeless. It was a plan, and now they've come down on it because of the press. They've hired homeless to hold a portable device that is a substitute for an entire cell phone.
Wow.
And they stand in a certain area of the city, and people can stand around in their area, and they can make calls off their signal.
Meanwhile, the homeless guy holding the satellite device is getting microwaved to death.
Well, they're
doesn't
paying
realize it.
$50 a day for the homeless.
Yeah.
They get $50, plus they get $2.50 for, I don't know whether it's a minute or...
Yeah, they get rollover minutes.
And they had them all around. All these homeless people were stationed around, and they were really cell phone poles. And they figured that'll be a substitute for putting up these big old... And it doesn't really sound so big. You're putting these guys to work.
Yeah, they're microwave towers.
Do they deliver food to him?
Well, he can buy his own food. He's getting $50 a day. That's
well, he has to phone in to have it delivered. He can't move.
He doesn't make $50 a year, probably. He's getting $50 a day.
That's good.
But you said, I didn't think about that he's getting full of electricity. But so are we. We're standing.
Yeah, you're a microwave tower all of a sudden.
You can't worry about any of that stuff. If we're doomed, we're all going to go chemically, and that's all it is.
A fellow actor me one time, he wanted to get a job, offered him a job in a gas station with one of those kiosks. So he said, you think I should take the job? And I said, well, that's up to you. And then he says to me, are those booths bulletproof? And I said, I think you just answered your own question.
Yeah.
That's a good idea what you said.
Well, it's an important thing here.
It's not my idea. It was in the New York Times. They're doing it. Some people object now because they say it's capitalizing on the homeless. But how are you capitalizing them? You're putting them to work.
Now, you've seen the ones on the way to Palm Springs. They look like pine trees.
Yeah, they're putting up fake trees.
Fake trees, yeah,
and
with a tower.
They're complaining about the fake trees. Everything else is fake in California.
Yeah.
Fake breasts don't bother anybody.
No, but
fake
hey,
trees.
don't put a fake tree. The crows are complaining.
Yeah.
Okay, remember Bloomingdale? There used to be that store over there by the Beverly Hilton. Was that Bloomingdale's? Whatever,
Robinson's May.
So around Christmas time, they had an ad in the LA Times that says, "An artificial tree so lifelike it's unreal."
So lifelike.
That's a nice
ridiculous statement to start with.
Advertising copy, isn't it wonderful?
advertising. So you're going to be here a couple more weeks, and we're really enjoying your company.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of nice weather. It might rain this weekend. You're used to that.
You got to take what comes. I can't do anything about it.
You know, I want to ask you a question because you're currently one of the few real New Yorkers that I know. I remember when I lived in New York, and I was born in New York and raised in New York, I never discussed weather.
You never discussed weather?
Weather was so incidental in New York. I was in New York and I was doing something, I was going somewhere, I was walking, I was on the subway, I was going to a meeting, but I never said, gee, it's gonna get rainy tonight. Very rarely, unless the weekend maybe a little cold. But is weather on your mind all the time?
Very rarely.
See that?
Very rarely. Listen, if I'm going to go out, regardless of the weather, I'm going to go out.
That's it. That's what.
It's as simple as all that.
That's it. But
if
here,
I have something to do,
here they don't go out till they check the temperature here and in Tahiti in case a tsunami comes fast. Here they're worried about rain, and you understand why. Every time it rains a little bit, people are skidding and they're going off the road.
Oh, they can't deal with rain here.
Panic.
Oh my goodness.
Well, New York, I remember our apartment building on 77th, it had to be below 40 before they'd turn on the radiator heat.
Yeah.
Right?
All the city is like that. I remember.
I didn't understand your.
Most of the hotels in the city are thermostatically controlled. In other words, they only come on when there's a certain temperature.
Most homes are that way.
I was freezing in one hotel once because I came at that time where in 2 or 3 days they were going to turn on the heat.
Yeah.
Top coats. We always used to wear our top coats in New York.
It's a strange thing. Certain things go out of style. See?
No more top
like
coats?
Hats. You don't see too many men wearing hats. Very few women wear hats.
Yeah, but now everyone's going back to the madman style. That's the big thing. Watch, you can see as soon as
fedoras, yeah.
Madman has captivated the soul. The ugliest styles. It was the styles of the 60s and the skinny ties and the 3-button suits.
I want to tell you something. You know, fashion is a fad.
Yes.
I have a closet full of. I don't care what it is. Skinny ties, a little wider, wide ties. You wear whatever everybody else is wearing. Simple as all that.
That's right. That's right.
You don't want to look out of place and take a hat. Have you seen a straw hat around here? You know what a straw hat is?
I got a Panama at home.
Yeah.
Panama I can understand. But have you ever seen a straw hat?
Well, baseball caps. Don always wears caps for ours. I think I started wearing caps too for skin. My skin doctor said wear a cap. You know, if you're so much sun all the time, right?
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I got little things up here.
Well, you got a cute head. That's why you like it.
I got a fun head.
Yo, you got
shiny head.
Yeah. Shaped head.
Yeah.
That's why he shows that a lot. He probably does that a lot.
Oh, of course.
I don't always wear my hat, but
yeah, as a rule, anyway. Yeah. I don't always wear my hairpiece.
Yeah.
Well, New York, we wear scarves
The funny
too.
thing is, I'm not.
I usually wear a scarf.
I deliberately cut this off. If I let it go, I would be pretty thick around here, around the side.
Yeah.
I always shave the top of my head. I can't stand these men that had 3 hairs on their head and they constantly hold.
Oh, yeah. And when they walk, they can't walk against the wind.
Yeah.
They got to walk.
I think when that.
Create one of those with Trump. Remember your cartoon with Trump?
Yeah.
Now,
Well, actually, that was a Taylor Jones cartoon. Yeah, with the.
Why does he have to have a hairdo like that? Why does his hair
That's a supercharged turbo hairdo. Yeah, he's in a wind tunnel.
What did his 2 daughters do? Someone was talking to me. They were really angry at him. His 2 sons evidently went on safari and they shot 2 animals that were already endangered.
Uh-oh, that's not a good idea.
And they were showing them around and boasting that's what they had done.
Donald Trump and I have one thing in common. We both fantasize about making love to his daughter.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, you did not hear that.
That's just from a very happily married man. Every so often.
That's a joke. I saw it on the roast when they roasted Trump.
Every so often, when you're really monogamous like Harry is and really dedicated to the wife, and truth is good, there comes a time where you just want to blurt something out to land the shot.
I have to.
Yeah, something totally inappropriate.
So it helps him stay as true as he does. Because
well, we have to
he loves
outlet it. We have to have an outlet, right? Through art, we can have. We can be free, right?
Yes,
you know?
right. But in reality, he's a highly immoral person because that's the one thing required of a poet. Doesn't have to have a job. Doesn't have to pick up any checks. But he's got to have a character. He's got to have honor.
But you know what? That's what I believe.
That's what he told me to say.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. But one time I was sitting with Aram Saroyan, you know, the poet, and he said, Ted Berrigan, who was a poet in the 60s, he said, he was like my father. I said, what do you mean you have a new father? Your real father, William? And he said, well, I meant like literary. And I said, why do you call him his father? He said, he told me it's okay to lie, you know, to fictionalize things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He's a preacher, isn't he, Berrigan?
He's dead now. He was a speed freak. He was a poet. He died.
Speed freak. Well, I don't know why people want to be up. I want to calm down.
Yeah, who'd want to hurry up?
People want to be up. That's why cocaine was so popular. It was a great business drug. It just keeps you up. You're ready for the next meeting.
It gets out of hand sometimes.
Oh, there's a great line that Pryor said, cocaine is God's way of telling you you're making too much money.
Yeah, truly.
Because then there's no resolution. You just go, and there's no resolution. Things start splitting, right?
Yeah, you never get to the end.
You don't want a resolution because once this spinning stops, then you're first confronted with working out what you should have worked out before you spend all that money.
But if you're making love, you want resolution.
Ah, that's
okay.
That's that resolution.
I had to think about that a moment.
That's completion. That's completion.
Well, that's doable.
It's like you're in a hotel room, you go, boing, boing, you hear the guy going, boing, boing.
Oh my God, he's acting up. He's acting up a lot of sexual.
Well, that could also be the carpenters renovating the room.
I was in a small hotel. I don't remember where it was. So helpful.
A small hotel?
I did a lot of traveling. And I'm walking down the corridor, the hotel, and they had over the door, what do they call them again?
Transom.
Transom over the door. I passed one door, transom was open. And all I heard was squeak, 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 squeak.
And that with no mice.
Yeah, no mice in that room.
Oh, there's the vote.
Yeah.
There's the vote.
The end of the Chevy Bowl. Well, our show's coming to an end, gentlemen.
Oh, it just started as a beautiful. The day is still lasting, but...
I give the word...
Yes.
Demure.
Oh,
demure. We had a demure conversation. Yeah. Very good, gentlemen.
Demure conversation.
Yes.
So make sure to go to our blog, times3.blogspot.com, and you'll see all kinds of treasures there every day.
I was just going to mention that why we never mentioned that when so many people see it. We never mentioned it on the show before.
Sure, oh yeah, we do. Times3.blogspot.com. Well,
so long, everybody.
See you.